Janet Kuypers is up next, everybody.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm tall. I want to make that stop. Why? No, that's just the nature of this thing. I'll set it up so it's tall somehow. Right. I happen to run a poetry open mic as well as Gallery Cabaret on every other Wednesday. The next one is on Wednesday, the 17th of July. It's at a bar at Gallery Cabaret. It's from 7 to 9 p.m. If you want to know anything about it, go to www.chaoticarts.org/thecafe and you can see the schedule. I write poetry and such, but I've decided to start writing poems for every element in the periodic table. So I was going to read some, and at least one might be humorous, you might get a kick out of it. So you're going to learn some science here at the same time, I guess. This first one is number 50 in the periodic table. That can't be lowered.
Oh, it can't, yeah, there's a little... You can't tilt the angle on it. Yeah, man, for sure.
Aha. Much better. I just figured that's right in my face. So this first one, I did in homage to Joe Rorty, and this is number 50 in the periodic table. This is 10. I usually do these at features first. That was for Joe Rorty. And this one, as I'm getting higher in the periodic table, this is number 99, and it is Einsteinian. Einstein understood that everything was relative. Why did he have to worry about brushing his hair or changing out of his pajamas when he was busily grappling with the foundations of physics? And once he fathomed the relationship between matter and energy, once he understood the interconnectivity between matter and energy, he suddenly understood, after this Jewish physicist left his home in Germany, that Hitler and the Third Reich would be working on an atomic bomb, converting so little matter into so much devastating energy. At this time, he understood the need for Roosevelt to create this weapon so the Germans wouldn't destroy us. The gravity of this discovery in the hands of evil men weighed him down, And even months before he died, Einstein wrote that although the devastation in Hiroshima and Nagasaki seemed unfathomably horrific, and he regrets writing that letter to Roosevelt, his justification was the threat of Germany. He wrote that letter, and when he wrote it, he still had to appeal to Roosevelt that yes, to save us from Germany, this weapon needed to be created. Knowing about his torment in making this decision to ask for the creation of the atomic bomb makes it so ironically beautiful that after scientists discovered an element after the first explosion of the hydrogen bomb, they named the element Einsteinium after the physicist. Einsteinium is a silvery white radioactive synthetic element with a high fission rate, like the atomic bomb as Einstein first knew of when fearing his homeland enemy. But because of the short half-life of all isotopes of Einsteinium, all primordium Einsteinium has decayed by now, and beyond its nuclear creation, there's almost no use for any isotopes of Einsteinium outside of basic scientific research. Which makes me think of the life of Albert Einstein, I suppose. For although Einstein worked at odd jobs for years until he was a patent examiner, his mind was only good at one thing: doing not so basic scientific research, simplifying so many scientific solutions, even if it led us to convert so little matter into so much earth-shaking energy. Thank you. I'll do one very short one. It's terrible in my throat. You know, we're thinking of sinuses are just destructive. But I'm actually going to go higher in the pre-active for a short one, and thank you very much. This is 102 in the pre-active. This is no belling. I never saw you. You were the one thing we were all looking for. Peace. And we didn't know what it would look like when we found it. If we found it. I heard that Sweden laid claim to you first, but I swear we were all searching for you. And I think that like all of us, most Americans, we all want to even try to synthesize you in order to lay claim to you. Listen to me, like all Americans, laying claim to you, possessing you. Maybe you've kept yourself so well hidden because we never learned how to live in peace. Maybe we can only take peace in small amounts, mixed with some of our usual anger and discontent. I know you've been around for so very long, and I can't remember how many years we've been searching for you. Had your hair grown to silvery white or gray, waiting for us to truly want peace? Have you grown rough and metallic in your impatience with us? Would you be a hazard to us if we took you in sufficient amounts? Because we want to take that chance. Because we've been looking. And we've been waiting for you. I do.
I'd love to hear Molybdenum.
I don't have it on me though. But if you wanted to go to anything,
I'll look it up.
web address, Scars, Poems, Periodic Table of Poetry, I've done Molybdenum. Yes, I do. And the goal is getting well done. Thank you. I'll sit down.